Now that we've learned several methods for solving systems of equations, we're going to talk about which method to use when and why. So we want to always use the method that's going to be the least amount of work, and so the most efficient method. The most efficient method, graphing will be the most efficient if both of your equations are in slope-intercept form, because that form is easy for graphing. Substitution is our most efficient method when one of the equation is solved for a variable. So that means you either have x by itself or you have y by itself. And elimination is our most efficient method when both of our equations are in standard form. So in number one, to choose the most efficient method, notice that both equations are in standard form. So when our equations are in standard form, our first goal is to try to get coefficients that are opposite. So I'm noticing that the y values are already opposite, so opposite signs, but they're not the opposite number. So one's plus, one's minus. So if this bottom equation is minus 18, we would want this one to be plus 18. So I'm going to multiply this equation by 2 so that our y coefficients will be opposite. So make sure we multiply all of both sides by 2. So that equation would become 12x plus 18y equals 42. The bottom equation we're not going to change. I'm just going to rewrite it. And now that we've got our like terms vertically aligned, we will add these equations together. So our 12x plus 2x becomes 14x. The y's add out because they were opposite. 42 plus negative 14 gives us 28. So then to solve for x, I would divide both sides by 14 and we get x equals 2. And to find the y value, I would substitute 2 back into the bottom equation. I could use any equation. I guess I just decided to go with that bottom equation. 2 times 2 becomes 4. Subtracting 4 from both sides leaves us with negative 18y equals negative 18. I would divide both sides by negative 18, and we get y equals 1. Make sure you write your answer as an ordered pair. Make sure you write x first and then y. No matter what order you found them in, they always get written in this final order, x and then y. Number 2, notice that both of those equations are in slope-intercept form. So this one, the most efficient way to solve would be by graphing. So I'm going to start by graphing my first equation, y equals negative 1/2 x plus 4. The y-intercept is 0, 4. And then our slope is negative 1 over 2. So I'm going to go down 1, right 2, and I'm going to continue that until I run out of grid. Because if I'm solving by graphing, it's really important that my graph is very precise. I'm also going to go up 1, left 2, and then make sure you connect your points with a straight edge. And then graphing this second equation, the y-intercept is 0, negative 4. So we'll go here. From there, we would go up 7 and over 2 and connect them with a straight edge. Remember, our answer here is the xy pair that satisfies both equations is where these lines intersect. So that would be this point right here. Start at 0, 0. We go right 2 and up 3. So that is the ordered pair 2, 3. Number 3, this bottom equation is solved for y. We got y by itself. So the most efficient way to solve this system would be by substitution. So I'm going to take what y equals, substitute that for y in the other equation. So I like to start by writing the equation, and then where there was a y, I put a blank set of parentheses. Now in the parentheses, we're going to write negative 4x plus 17. Next, we'll distribute that negative 3. We want to make sure we distribute the negative along with it. Remember, a negative times a negative is positive. So after distributing, we get 2x plus 12x minus 51 equals negative 9. Combine like terms. 2x plus 12x combined to give us 14x. And to isolate x, I would add 51 to both sides. And then lastly, divide both sides by 14. Now that I have found a value for x, I would substitute this x value into the bottom equation. I really could use either equation, but to do this most efficiently with the least amount of work, I want to use this bottom equation because I'm still looking for y, and this equation is solved for y. So I'm going to substitute 3 in for x into the bottom equation. Negative 4 times 3 gives us negative 12. And negative 12 plus 17 gives us 5. We've got to make sure we write our final answer as an ordered pair.